Okay, live on Facebook. So, hope everybody's having a good Valentine's Day. Quick development that I just figured out, and I had to bring it to you now because this opportunity is about to pass, and I got everything lined up for what I'm about to present to you. So, there is an issue for American investors in regard to getting into a lot of the ICOs. We've been restricted from a lot of these ICOs because the Securities Exchange Commission basically regards ICOs as potential securities, and that's their purview in regard to regulation. And so you're not allowed with your money to make decisions about what you want to invest in and what you don't. Meanwhile, people overseas are able to profit and make serious gains from getting into the ICO market. So before I present any of this to you, I want you to know I'm not a licensed financial advisor. You choose to participate in this opportunity, you're doing so at your own risk. But I do want you to know that this opportunity is out there. So basically, I created a network with individuals overseas, and I have brokers that are willing to help me and help us to trade on our behalf, pretty much. So they're already whitelisted, already past the KYC requirements, and so what I've opted to do on my end is basically just pool individuals together and have those contributions basically funneled to that individual to put into market, or those individuals, brokers, those individuals to put into market on our behalf. I've talked about this in previous episodes, and it's coming to fruition now. Unfortunately, as you can see right here, the Debitum Crowdsale, it's a really popular ICO. I'll talk to you about it more in detail, but this ICO closes in around 10 days. So that being said, we're kind of up against the clock here, but I can still organize and control how we distribute this if you bear with me. So let's talk a little bit about the crowd sale and what Debitum is. Okay, so this is Debitum.
Small and medium-sized enterprises are the backbone of our current economies, yet they are very limited when it comes to options for affordable and reliable financial resources. The World Bank estimates that 70% of small and medium-sized businesses lack access to credit. Clearly, the current system is not working. Traditional banks are becoming more centralized, complicated, and disconnected from local businesses. We have a solution. We aim to automate that process by removing the middleman and replacing its functions with a system of interconnected smart contracts. Debitum Network is building an alternative finance ecosystem that ensures successful growth of the SME credit market. During last few years, we helped 164 companies to get financing. Using this experience and revolutionary decentralized blockchain technology, we will be able to help filling that 2.6 trillion gap in SMEs crediting process. We are building trust-based Debitum network ecosystem, creating a single and transparent marketplace. We want various players, both local and global, to interact efficiently and provide complete end-to-end financing process. This means easy access to affordable credit for small and medium-sized businesses, opportunities for investors to receive reliable returns, and a streaming marketplace for various specialized service providers. By using blockchain technology, the loan transfer process becomes immediate and worldwide. By participating in our ICO, you will not only receive our valuable debit token, but you will also help SMEs all around the world to make their dreams come true.
All right, so that's Debitum. It won the ICO Pitch Award in Gibraltar. And I didn't talk a lot about the developments in Gibraltar, but Gibraltar is basically, they're creating regulations for ICOs. They're actually working with them and helping individuals, you know, invest in them safely. Here in the United States, in order for you to participate in an ICO, you have to be an accredited investor, which means that you have to pretty much have a shitload of money. So basically, if you're rich, you can participate here in the U.S. and you can contact Debitum. So you don't even need what I'm offering right now. You can just contact Debitum directly, email them, and let them know, hey, I'm loaded, so can I get in on this? But if you're not loaded, you probably need to do what I'm. If you're not loaded and you're interested, you need to do what I'm telling you to do now. First of all, send me your email for this correspondence, because I'm going to be putting you into, let me see here, where did it go, Token IO, I'm going to put that back in there. Okay, so Token IO is basically a manager that allows me to run a pool. Okay, so basically individuals will send me their email. I'll put you here under general settings, and this is primarily for transparency. I'm not expecting anybody to, you know, just give me your ether and then I'll make it grow or whatever. I want you to see exactly what's going on as far as the investment process is concerned. The risk that exists here is that we are literally sending this over to individuals in other countries to put into market. So don't invest just like when you're investing here in a domestic market or foreign market on the exchanges. You know, if you want to take advantage of this opportunity, don't invest more than you can lose. I'm confident in regard to my brokers, and I will vouch for them. However, like I said before, anything can happen. You are entering at your own risk. Okay, but anyway, we pool our resources. I send them to the individual in question, or individuals, depending on their limitations as far as entering any ICO, because that's a whole other thing too. If we're talking about multiple ICOs or an ICO that may have a hard cap, that's the benefit of having multiple brokers. One individual may max out their brokerage submission, then I can go on to somebody else. So that really doesn't prevent me, unless I have, you know, 1,000 people trying to get in on an ICO with, you know, hundreds of thousands of dollars. We shouldn't have any troubles, and if we do, then, you know, I can probably expand my network that much more to include more individuals that can get our money into the market. So whenever you submit your email, what will happen is I will create a new user under the Token IO platform, and using the new user, this is me, Joseph Johnson. By creating a new user, you will be updated via email as to what's going on, you know, with the exchange, when things are ready for you to withdraw. On top of that, what will also happen is you'll be given a password to the actual ICO in question. This is the first ICO, and I'm really confident about this. I've heard a lot of buzz about this. My broker's the one who recommended it to me, and then whenever I went online and did my research and looked at the white papers, and then also listened to a couple other YouTubers, Crypto Crow, who I listen to, shout out to Crypto Crow again, you know, that's whenever I decided, hey, you know, I want to take advantage of this opportunity now. I want to present this to my believers out there and see, you know, if we can get in on this. But whenever you get your email, you'll have access to this particular ICO. And then, any future ICOs that I offer will also be out there, as well. Whenever you log in, whatever ICO you've contributed toward, you'll be able to see the details. And I'll put a link to Token Manager IO so you can see exactly how it works, because I don't have any ICOs, right now. I mean, this is the first time I'm doing this for you all beyond my own personal investment. So I needed to have something that I could use to manage the amount of, potential investors that I was going to deal with. And so I've been looking around for different management software, and this is the strongest one that I could find out there outside of just making up my own spreadsheet. This one does all the calculations for you, and you can see exactly what's going on as far as how much your investment is concerned, how much return you're going to receive, all of that. This is all legit. And that's another thing too, this is not, you would not send your ether to this service at all. Just the numbers would be input here, the initial numbers would be input here, and would not be modified once the ICO goes live. Okay, and then your ether would be sent to another address that I'll give to you later on. Right now, I just want to see what the interest is. If there's enough individuals who want to participate in this opportunity, then I will, go ahead and start and input the email addresses and the potential amount of that you would want to invest. But right now I'm just at taking email addresses. So direct message, Cryptotheists at gmail.com. Give me your email address. I can plug it into the system here and then begin to bring people online with that. This is all completely legal. This is just like if you're conducting a transaction, you would send this transaction to a third party in another country or whatever. That's legal under U.S. law. What that individual does with your money in that third country is between them and whoever they're dealing with. And then we get it back later on. It's a simple transaction. So in the risk of sending your funds off outside of U.S. borders, there's also that security again. And this is one of the beauties of cryptocurrency. There are ways around the system. You just have to understand how to work the ways. There's also other ways to get the ICOs. I've heard of individuals setting up virtual private networks and spoofing their addresses and pretending to be people from other countries. However, more and more ICOs are doing more KYC, which is know your customer. Okay. And so they will be able to read through those, false credentials, and then you'll get blocked out of the ICO. Okay, so this is the legal workaround that I found. Yes, there is a certain amount of risk, and that's why I told you up front where that risk is going to be. However, like I said, with the risk comes reward, and you can't make money without spending some money. So that being said, I'd like you all to participate. I appreciate you taking your time, and continue following the channel. Subscribe for more opportunities like this, and giveaways and whatnot that I continue to do, and the education that you continue to receive from this channel. All right, have a great rest of your Valentine's Day, and respect the tech.